Hello students, in this video we will learn about absolute value inequalities. We will learn about the properties of absolute value inequalities and using those properties how to solve expressions, algebraic expressions, fractional expressions or rational expressions that are inside the absolute value function. So let us state the properties of absolute value inequalities that I will abbreviate as AVI to avoid more writing. So if we have an inequality as absolute value of x is less than c, where c is a constant, it has an equivalent form as, that is, x takes values between negative c and positive c. That is, x will belong to open interval negative c to c. So you already know how to plot intervals on the real line. If you have negative c and positive c here, x will take any value in between them. So you can shade all the real numbers coming in between negative c and c, but do not include negative c and c. So you can write a hollow circle at minus c and c, just to denote that those two endpoints are not included. Second one, negative x is less than or equal to c implies, here you have less than or equal to. So if you recall converting the set builder method into an interval notation, that would be like x belongs to closed interval c comma closed interval closed interval negative c comma c. So that is nothing but x takes values between negative c and c, including the endpoints. So unlike the previous property, here you can shade c, negative c and c as well, and shade all the real numbers in between them. So that denotes the closed interval. Third property, absolute value of x is greater than c implies x can be less than negative c, or x can be greater than c. So or represents either of the one of the statements can be true. Either x can be less than negative c or x can be greater than c. So any one of the statements can be true, or both of them can be true simultaneously. Fourth one, absolute value of x is greater than or equal to c implies x is less than or equal to c, or c is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to negative c, or c is less than or equal to x. Again, here you have an or statement, which implies that either of one of the statement can be true or both can be true at a time. So we shall use these properties and solve certain inequalities to get a better idea of how to apply these properties. For example, if I consider absolute value of x minus 5 is less than 2. So applying property number 1, what is the property number 1? It is if absolute value of x is less than c, that implies c is less than x is less than c. Negative c is less than x less than c. So if you apply that here, you will be getting negative, here c is nothing but 2, and whole of this expression can be treated as a variable. So negative 2 is less than x minus 5 is less than 2. You can solve, you already know how to solve linear inequalities. So how do you solve this? These are pairwise linear inequalities. So to eliminate, to get just x in the middle term of the inequality, you operate plus 5 on all the sides of the inequality. So minus 2 plus 5 less than x less than 2 plus 5. So this would be 3 less than x less than 7. If you write this in a set builder notation, that would be x takes all the values, set of all x from 3 less than x less than 7. If you have to write it as an interval, that would be open interval 3 comma 7. Another example, second one. If I consider absolute value of x plus 1 greater than or equal to 1, this would be property number 4. So property number 4, that implies x plus 1, this whole x plus 1 expression can be treated as one variable, and your constant value here in this inequality is 1. X plus 1 is less than or equal to negative 1, or 1 is less than or equal to x plus 1. So we shall solve each of the inequality individually and find out the values and the intervals that x satisfies either of them or both. So that would give us, if I consider the first part of the inequality, that would give me x plus 1 less than or equal to negative 1. So I should eliminate plus 1 in this expression. So I will operate negative 1 on both the sides. I will be getting x less than or equal to negative 2. If I consider this inequality now, that is nothing but 1 less than or equal to x plus 1. Now eliminate 1 in this expression. So I will be adding, subtracting 1 on both the sides. So that would be 1 minus 1 less than x. So that is nothing but 0 less than or equal to x. So if we rewrite this inequality, okay, or if we plot each of the solved inequality on a real line, so that would be we have 0 here, negative 1, negative 2. So once you get x to be less than or equal to negative 2, that means it starts from negative 2 and goes on up to negative infinity. So x can take all the values in between negative infinity and closed 2. So the interval that represents this inequality would be open interval negative infinity comma closed interval negative 2. Then if we plot this inequality on the real line, that would be x is greater than or equal to 0, or 0 is less than or equal to x can be written as x is greater than or equal to 0. So equal to 0 implies you are including the 0 and this goes on up to positive infinity. So representing that as an interval would give us closed interval 0 comma open interval infinity. Therefore, the whole solution of the equation lies in between these two intervals, and you know how to collect all the values, that is operating union in between these two sets. So that would be solution is open interval negative infinity comma closed interval 2 union closed interval 0 comma infinity. So you can observe x doesn't take any value in between negative 2 and 0. So these are two disjoint sets where the inequality is satisfying by parts. Now considering another example as such, which has a quotient, which is a rational expression, that is absolute value of x minus 2 divided by 3 is less than 2. That would give us negative 2 less than x minus 2 divided by 3 is less than 2. I should eliminate the fraction here, so I will multiply all the terms by 3. Minus 2 times 3 less than x minus 2 less than 3 times 2. So that I will upon solving we will get negative 6 less than x minus 2 less than 6. Now I should get just x in the middle term, so I should eliminate the negative 2 here. That can be done by adding 2 on all the terms, for all the terms. So that would give us negative 6 plus 2 less than x less than 6 plus 2. This will reduce to 4 less than x less than 8. -4 less than 8. So upon plotting or expressing this as an interval, we will get open interval -4, because it is not less than or equal to, it is strictly less than, and open interval 8. So this is how you solve the absolute value inequalities using your properties. So to give you some quiz questions, quiz questions. Quiz number 1.8.4. Solve. Again, you need to just solve and find the solution. That would be first question: 3 minus absolute value of 2x plus 4 less than or equal to 1. Second, 7 times absolute value of x plus 2 plus 5 greater than 4. So let me give you a question with the quotients. So here it is. 1 absolute value of x plus 2 divided by x plus 1 less than or equal to 0. Okay, solve these and let me know if you have any questions. See you all in the office hours. I'll be uploading videos until Wednesday evening or Thursday morning. Do check for future videos so that all that I am teaching this week, including the portions of the last week, will be included for your exam 1. Thank you.